For those that aren't here, we are recording, so good. Welcome, everybody. We have a very small group today. We'll watch as more people pop in, but I think that it's the timing of spring break and the uptick in, I don't know, spring and real estate seem to have an uptick, hopefully, for everybody. But yeah, we'll get started and talk about relatable content today. I love to go back and give you guys insight as to where we've been, because each class compounds on itself a little bit along the way. So we started out with social media 101. We are going to go back and kind of touch on some of that stuff today. We talked about your brand when it comes to social. We talked about photography on your phone and the importance of video content. So hopefully you feel inspired and interested in going out and creating some of this content. Every week has had homework with it or a couple actionable items. And hopefully you can go check those boxes and say that you've kind of accomplished those little things and learned something along the way. We have two more classes after this about becoming a social media, a resource on social media, and the ideation class where we're going to bring tons of ideas. And so you can feel like after 8 classes, you leave with like a boat, like you can never sit around and be like, what should I do today? What kind of content should I create? You should have a lot of ideas. So let's talk about relatable content. So relatable content, when we say this, is something that helps grows accounts faster than any other type of content out there. It's something that we kind of removes ourselves from. It's not about us and our listings and our stuff and our things. It's more about the perspective of others and creating a relatability perspective there, instead of just sell. It's creating a different type of content that actually people are there for on social media. People, I don't think, really get on Instagram to be sold to a lot of the time, even any kind. If you're scrolling on TikTok, if you're on Facebook, it's not the place. It just happens when you grow relationships with people online a lot of the time, or you feel like you're related to. And so we're going to talk about that relatability. Like I said, I think this is the hardest type of content to make because it takes the perspective off of you. You've got to look at it in somebody else's shoes and from somebody else's point of view, which is just, as a human being, hard to do. So one of the very first things we talked about in Social Media 101 was posting with purpose. We talked about kind of this 4-tier structure of care, share, aware, convert. And if we can do these things, we'll have a really robust strategy and a lot of purpose around what we're posting on social media. Okay, so we want to review that really quickly. That care factor is we've got to make people care about our brand. And there's a lot of ways that we can do that. We've listed those ways down at the bottom of this today. Under this, there's a document in our resources down here. But we can talk about funny content, helping people learn something new, something really stunning when it comes to visually. We can inspire people through a story we want to tell. Those are all ways that we know humans care about something when it comes to social media. So the next piece of this is making something that's shareable, which is where this really relatable content comes in. Like I said, it's oftentimes the hardest content to make because it's not all about us, it's about somebody else. And that shareable content comes in the form of somebody feeling like, oh my gosh, this is so me, or this is so us, and they want to share it with a friend, or they want to repost it to their story, or they feel like they can relate to it and they feel it so deeply that it resonates with them. And now they want to go share that with their audience as well. And oftentimes that doesn't come in the form of the traditional, like, here's my listing, here's my closing. Now, the only person that's relating to that is either the seller of the house or the buyer of the house, right? So they may go reshare that, but you've really limited your shareability audience when it comes to that space. So we want to widen that avenue for people to be able to share your content and make it more relatable. We're going to give you all kinds of tips, tricks, examples today on what that looks like. The next two are awareness. So just dripping in brand awareness when it comes to promoting your brand and content. Consistency is a big part of awareness. We've used that word a lot, specifically in Social Media 101. And then conversion. If we can do these three things, naturally that conversion can oftentimes follow. We don't promise a timeline of when that conversion comes, but you've got to have a really good base of that care, share, aware, and able to create that conversion, whether that's a sale of a house or turning a follower into a potential client or whatever that conversion piece looks like. We got to get there. So creating relatable content. Types of relatable content. They're going to be memes. They're going to be jokes. They're going to be point of views from somebody else. They could be just simply like a quote that is very different. It's not, MLAK and everybody posting the same Martin Luther King quote, although relatable, they're seeing it over and over again, right? That's not unique. And finding that authenticity in that inspiration can be very relatable. So finding common fears, finding pain points, finding common struggles that people are going through, or somebody's like going through the same thing, so you can really relate to that content, or a reenactment of maybe something that happened that feels really relatable, can all be kind of content types that we can create around. So when we talk about relatable content, here are types that we're talking about. And here are 4 examples of pretty immediately things that, again, this has nothing to do with the brand, right? The person behind it or anything. This is like relatable content to our following. And again, that's why some of this content can be the hardest to create around, because it takes that like removing yourself and coming up with something else. So these are, you can read through these all have that relatability piece to them, and common memes that people see. This is obviously, I think this is Modern Family, isn't it? And then obviously this Real Housewife thing has gone around a million different times. LeBron, his agent, giving advice when we want people to take advice from us, or showing graphs of like what you learned in real estate school versus what you wish you would have learned. And I think a lot of people can relate to this, probably more real estate agents than anything. So the other type of relatable content is probably the most viral right now. I'm going to attempt to play these and I hope that they work here. So bear with me as I go through this, but here we go. Oh, shoot.
Is it opening in another window?
It was. I don't want it to open.
I think if you click the play button in the bottom left corner, it might play there. No.
Grab my hand. Grab my hand. Now we wait. We wait for that. Now we go. Keep holding my hand. Keep holding my hand. Keep moving. Keep your feet. Watch your hands.
That makes me laugh. That's clearly, they've dubbed it, they've taken a popular sound, and she's relating it to the current situation of first-time home buyers right now, of like, hey, take my hand, we're going to wait. And then she starts listing off all these things that come with it when all of a sudden it's time to go, which is so relatable for a first-time home buyer right now. And obviously it took her a couple of video shots to do that. And it took her a little bit of stepping probably out of her comfort zone to create that realistically, but it's wildly successful. This next one, I think is the funniest. So bear with me here.
Excuse me, is that apple for sale? Yeah, we're about to put it on sale right now, actually. Well, I'm in the market, so tell me about your apple. Why should I buy it? Nice try. Okay, people, here's how this is going to work. I have an apple here. The highest bidder's going home with this. I want all bids in the next 2 minutes, then we're closing it. Bidding starts at $5. Feeling pretty confident there, huh? I mean, $10. He said starting at $5. $15. Is this a new apple? Yeah, just listed. I'm pre-qualified. I'll pay cash. I got cash. 20, 30, 40. No, just make it 45. Is it even worth that? 50. I don't know. Please, this is the 8th apple I've tried to buy. Could I at least see it up close? Nope, it's an apple. You know what it is. You either want it or you don't. I'll take it for 100. What? I'm from California. It's the cheapest apple I've ever seen. 120. Why did I do that? Why I don't know.
Oh God, I think that's funny and so relatable. I think most home buyers right this very second in the current state of the market can relate to that situation. In fact, Taylor on our team's home buying right now, lost out on her 8th house this weekend. Like, just that resonates with so many people that are trying so hard to find a house that can't. And obviously that took a lot of takes. It took, pushing a comfort zone, but such a relatable piece of content for so many people. So, again, there's kind of two different efforts in creating here. One, creating a graphic is a little bit different than creating a video, which we've been through the importance of both kind of through this course so far. But I think it's important to understand all the different types of relatable content that can go out there, and how clever it really can be, and how much that can benefit you and put eyes on you and your brand that would never be able to see, or you'd maybe be able to be in front of otherwise. So a couple of resources down here. One, we have a whole deck on our Care, Share, Aware, Convert, which I think is really interesting to go through. And I would highly recommend you taking some time to do that. I think it's it has really good information in it to help you understand why people use social media the way that they do. As social media users, all of us sitting here, we know why we use it, but it's sometimes, again, hard for us to remove ourselves and see why other people are using it, or understand that for that relatability piece. So what we have done for you today is we have created some Canva templates, or allowed you access to some of our Canva templates to get you started here. So within this resource that we're going to provide for you, there are templates in which you can go in and start using that help that relatable piece that you can use for yourself. You can take these are all Canva. This is that one tool that we discussed a few classes ago. Hopefully you have an account created here. Again, with your social media, I highly recommend it. If you haven't gone and created a Canva account, take 2 steps backwards in our course and go check that out. It's going to be a big piece to your content creation when it comes to social media. And then we've provided links to be able for you to take these and enter your own information, change your colors so they relate to your brand, which we talked about in that your brand on social class. And you can create your own content here that you feel like relates to your clients or the current market, housing market, or to whatever's going on right now, to try and engage your community as much as possible and your following online. So highly recommend taking advantage of these. We've given you some information and some details here about how to do that. Again, that link will be within this document that we always share with Kaylee and Casey, that usually pass that along to you guys. So lots of ideas here and content that, just sitting down and getting started on is oftentimes the first step. So yeah, homework this week, we always kind of give you an action item, is pretty easy. Create a piece of relatable content using your new Canvas skills or one of the templates we've provided, and customize it for your brand. If you're feeling really spicy, go use your video skills and see if you can create some kind of video content that might feel relatable to your following or your home buyers and the struggle or the situation that they're currently going through. So yeah, we have a very small class today, but is there anybody that has any questions for us, or struggling around ideas, or what it looks like to create relatable content on social media? All right. We had a very quiet class today. We know that people are on spring break and there's a lot going on right now too. So this class is recorded, and hopefully we're going to stick around for a few minutes. If you guys have any questions, or you want to talk to us about ideas or anything you currently have going on, as we've worked through these classes, we love to see people that have up-leveled their profiles and gone through the little homework tips and tricks. So if you want to share anything with us, we would absolutely love to see it. Other than that, we will pass along our recording. Cool. Kaylee, you need anything from us? Oh, I see a couple people in the chat coming in hot. Love to hear it. This is my first class. Can I go back and get information on other classes? Yeah, yes, absolutely. This little document that you're seeing on my screen, we use this. You can clearly see some of our clients over here on the left-hand side. I don't know how to hide that. Not that you don't need to see our clients, but this is a tool that it is called Notion. And it is a fabulous tool. Highly recommend looking into it if you need to organize information at any given time. But we keep a lot of our clients and projects in here as we organize them and work through a lot of different things. And we have outlined this entire course. So if you wanted to go back and look at the previous courses before this, which were Social Media 101, Your Brand on Social, Photography on Your Phone, Importance of Video Content, each class has its own agenda, as well as the embedded video from that class. So you can go, and we've embedded these in here. We always share this link with Kaylee and Casey after the class, and they pass it along to you. So we will embed this week's video as well into this course. And you can always see our previous work, and you can go back through all of these classes, and you'll see today's class will probably make a little bit more sense to you once you go back through those other additional classes. How will we be able to access the Canva templates you've prepared? So we've given you some examples in there, but this link that we're providing you through Notion has the link to all of the Canva templates. So when we go to Relatable Content and we go through all of this, there's a link here within all of the content that we're creating called Canva templates right here. If we click on that, you can then see the templates, and there's links to each one of these sets within here. And we have some how to use right up here at the top with some quick instructions on how you can access those. Don't forget that you need to have a Canva account of your own set up in order to access those templates. So each one of these has a link underneath them in which you can access and go then use right now they're as a template, and then you can use them to customize them for your own brand. So if you don't like these colors that they come with, go put in your own brand colors and utilize those for your own brand. So.
Yeah, so these templates, so when you open them, you click, when you open this, open any of these links, it says select use template. It will literally open it up in your account. So that's all you'll have to do. And then you'll obviously, when you save it, it saves it to your account because these are templates that we've created. So it kind of does it all automatically as long as you're logged in. And also just a reminder, these are just ones we've created. Canva also has literally thousands of templates and content like this already in Canva as well. These are just some that we created, you know, just for fun, for to be able to share. So don't hesitate to just kind of go through Canva as well if you want some more or different options or anything. But
all really good questions. Thanks for popping in. Good questions. Any more questions? We are here to be a resource. So if you do think of your questions and want to bring them to our next class, it's in 2 weeks, same time, same place. And we are always happy to answer your questions or give you advice or help you with ideas or whatever you need. In the final class, we will likely do some ideation along the way as well. So we will talk through everything that looks like, from helping you come up with the ideas and then creating a couple breakout rooms to help you start executing on those ideas. All right. Casey just popped in here. She's going to get the tail end of our spiel.
There she is.
Hi, Casey. All right. I hate that Casey just popped in at the last when we're done. Oop, I think she went away. All righty. Wishing everybody the best of luck, and Don't forget that we are always here to help. So thank you for your questions. Thank you for everything. We will see you in 2 weeks.